So to start off, I welcome you all. So I'm Lakshita Gunasekara. So I'm a data scientist at Center of Data Analytics and Cognition at La Trobe University. And with me today we have Professor Daswin De Silva and Gihan Gamage. So they'll be conducting the next sessions that we have in the agenda. So Professor Daswin will walk through introducing IEEE, IES, and why we have like organized such hackathon with the theme of generative AI. And then once his session is done, the Gihan will take you through the hackathon guidelines, rules, and schedule. So I would like to, without dragging this up, so I would like to invite Professor Daswin to contribute to your session. So
yeah,
let me share your slides.
thank you, Lakshita. Nice to see all of you joining this session. Thanks for your time, firstly, for submitting a proposal to our hackathon and also joining this session and potentially working together with the mentors and also amongst yourselves as teams to develop something novel and innovative as part of this hackathon. So I'm a professor of analytics and AI at La Trobe University in Australia. So you may have, I see someone's activated the AI assistant. We are in the age of AI, so it's a good sign. Um, so I work in La Trobe University and I work across AI analytics, ethics of AI, um, as well as ethics of machines, responsible AI, and generative AI topics. And in the IEEE, I hold a few positions, as you can see on this slide. So I have three chair positions and also a governing board member of the blockchain technical community. So presumably some of you are familiar with the IEEE, but regardless, I will talk about the IEEE and what we are trying to achieve in the IEEE as well as in this hackathon through these slides. So IEEE is the largest technical professional organization. So a lot of fairly long words. So what does it mean? A bit jargonistic. So presumably all of you are studying an undergraduate or postgraduate degree, and you plan to be part of industry after you complete your studies. So this professional organization becomes quite important, both in your academic journey in the university as well as in your industry positions when you start your careers. So a professional organization will look after your interests from academia to industry when you start working. And the IEEE is quite remarkable in this way because it started off, as the name signifies, electrical engineers and electronics engineers. But now, if you look at most of the members in the IEEE and most of their work is largely in computing. So in some ways, computing emerged because we had good electricity and good electronics. And now it's and then it transitioned into computing. And then in some ways now it's transitioning into AI. So a lot of people think of AI as the new computing. So we don't really use a computer anymore. We use AI to do many things, as you have experienced looking at all your proposals and the interesting ideas you've pitched. We are quite confident that you have the hands-on experience of working with generative AI, for example. So this is the largest technical professional organization, and they have a nice vision of advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. So you can look at the numbers here. I won't go into details, but close to 500,000 members and across the world, so different regions, and also a very active student bodies, student members, student branches, the regions. So there's many different structures. And if you look at the IEEE website, there should be some videos on their YouTube channel that will simplify what the organization is all about. And the contribution to knowledge, to research, to academia is mainly in the research they publish, So they have many journals and conferences in the IEEE, and as you can see, close to 5 million documents published that contributes to further research, contributes to patents, contributes to industry into building technologies in industry, contributes to PhD candidatures and other even academic research projects as well. So looking at this, we have the broad understanding that you are sort of not alone, and that's what makes this hackathon unique, because the hackathon is associated with a very large professional organization, the IEEE, and that means your work will become visible to many people. So maybe not 500,000 people, but at least 1% of them or 5% of them is a significant number. And that helps you to move on to the next steps. Do you want to continue into research, become a PhD student? Do you want to go into industry and work closely with industrial technologies? So it really helps you to advance your career by becoming a member. So I'm not going to promote the membership too much, but becoming a member has a lot of perks as well, because you get access to lots of different services and opportunities through membership. So these membership types usually start, most of us, most of the mentors and myself included, we started as student members. And if you keep a sharp eye out on the IEEE website and different societies, you'll find that there's discounts for membership. And sometimes it's 50% discounts. So there's lots of offers for students to join, lots of incentives for students to join the society. Then you become an affiliate member, associate member, and then senior member. And then fellowship is quite special. And that is reserved for someone who has contributed significantly to the benefit of humanity. So if you think of the person who invented Wi-Fi, or the person who invented um, the backpropagation neural network, for example, will be given fellowships because of their strong contribution. So that itself is a sign to industry and to society in general that your research, your contribution to industry has been remarkable and accepted by such an organization. And then later, through more contributions, you generally become a life member as well. If you move on to the next slide. Thanks. So this is to give you an idea of the different kinds of people who have been recognized with the IEEE's highest award, the Medal of Honor. So you can see some familiar names. So Marconi, Gordon Moore, and then more recently, people like Jacob Ziv or Azad Madni. So for very different, so you can see the transition from electrical electronics research into more computational compression, and then satellites, and then soon we should be seeing a lot of AI researchers also being awarded this medal. So if you think of, if you have a 20-year plan of receiving recognition at this level, Medal of Honor or similar, then maybe the hackathon is your first step in that direction. So you can think of that as a investment in your career, academia or industry, in association with an organization that helps you to advance your career into further achievement. So it's not, yes, we have interesting prizes for the finalists of travel grants and presenting at a international highly reputable conference. But in addition to that, you can think of this time of building this solution as an investment that will continue on throughout the rest of your career as you become active in the IEEE or active in industry, and that contributes back to the IEEE as well. Okay, so so the IEEE has many societies, and this hackathon is sponsored by one society, which is the Industrial Electronics Society. So we have a membership of about 12,000 people, so members, academics, students, and industry professionals. So industrial electronics sounds, again, a bit jargonistic, but what does it actually mean? It's really any of the electronics. It can be just purely the hardware or the hardware and the software. in the electronics form that contributes to an industrial challenge, to solve an industrial challenge, or to address an industrial problem that is specifically in one of these areas. So we start with electronics, obviously, then controls, communication, instrumentation, computational intelligence, which is what AI used to be known as because of various reasons, manufacturing systems as well. So this is the full list of discipline areas, but you can think of these as, if you think of these as industries, we'll start with energy, robotics, digital health, healthcare, manufacturing, factory automation, communications, motion control. So these are some of the uh, application areas where the society is quite interested in pushing new research. And you can find more about the IES, or the Industrial Electronic Society, if you go to the link that's noted there. And in there, you can also find that the society has its own conferences. There's a separate page for conferences and a separate page for journals. So that means we publish research in conferences as well as we publish research in journals. So if you probably noticed on the Hackathon website, we have a very clear milestone achievement, which is to publish in the conference, the ICON conference. And that means we are pushing you towards this academic research version of a hackathon. So it's not just a hackathon to win prizes. It is a hackathon that helps you to build an interest. Maybe it's your stepping stone into more academic research. And then research is endless. So it's almost a job for life if you invest in research. So coming to the hackathon, I think we are all familiar with the opportunities of generative artificial intelligence. Not just the opportunities, also the risk. Almost every month, there is a headline article about either the opportunities, the technical performance, or the risks and the challenges of AI. So most of you would have seen Sora released on Friday. The latest service or product from OpenAI. So similarly, we are going to see a lot of developments in this space, and lots of people are talking about the current, starting last year. We are actually in the age of AI. So AI was researched since. Can anyone guess on the chat window, if anyone has the number, which year that AI research started? So from that time onwards, we've been researching AI, mostly in academia. I don't see any answers for 1956. Most in academia, but it took until 2022 or 2021 approximately. So 70 years to build something that's quite remarkable in its capacity. That is actually intelligence. Because we have, until OpenAI's model was released, we didn't really have significant capabilities of what AI can achieve in a practical setting. There was no true intelligence. There were signs of intelligence, but there wasn't true consistent intelligence. And that's what generative AI has achieved. And this is something we recognized in the IEEE, and that's why we have this hackathon. So we want to, and not just that generative AI has arrived, it's also widely available to anyone, really. So anyone who has access to the platforms or the services that OpenAI provides has access to start using this. So another technical term is democratized. So this technology has been democratized, just like we all have access to the internet or to social media platforms or to laptops and cloud services. We also now have access to use Gen AI without costing excessively. So this is significant. It's highly capable and it's widely available. So these are the reasons that we have introduced this hackathon. And if you think of generative AI, it's being able to generate new content that is very human-like. And this means there's a lot of AI-generated content, so text, images, video, code, and then hybrids of these. But it also means there has to be a responsible practice and implementation of AI. That's why we take an academic research pathway to this hackathon because we want to train you on the best practices of using generative AI in a responsible manner to build better applications, not to to use it for risky or um, applications that might lead to negative outcomes. We wanted to make sure that there is a positive shift in the thinking of using generative AI. So that's the hackathon. And then on the next slide, yeah, so the hackathon is generative AI and industrial applications. And with industrial applications, it's as what I said earlier, that is the one of the main objectives of the society, industrial electronics, is to push new research, new applications in in industrial settings. And the first example is energy systems, then motion control, robotics, factory automation, digital health, human machine interaction, and digital twin. So the mentors and I and Lakshita, the whole organizing committee have gone through all your submissions, and we've classified them as belonging to industrial applications. So even if you're marginally close to an industrial application, we've shortlisted you for this meeting. So congrats to everyone who's been selected. And that means your application, your proposal is aligned to the intersection of generative AI and industrial applications, and that's why you have been selected. And then in the next few weeks, what we will try to do is achieve this outcome of helping you to understand the hackathon in terms of an academic research endeavor. So one of the objectives is to submit a conference paper. Then the other objective is to build a tool, build something useful in an industrial setting using generative AI. And the other one is to demonstrate this tool in terms of videos and maybe even live demos at the conference, for instance. So these are the general objectives, and also maybe in some ways we want to convince you of the benefits, the excitement of academic research. And then even after the hackathon, we'll still continue the collaborations with those who are keen. And this hackathon is not just one-off this year. It will repeat next year and then next year afterwards. And we'll keep changing the focus to align with the most recent cutting edge developments in AI. So it's always going to be an AI hackathon. And then there will always be an industrial, practical application focus. So if you think of the objectives of the hackathon, we want to contribute to academic research knowledge, and that's why we take a different path. It's not just a overnight competition, or it's not just building something practical. It is building something practical that has a research innovation component incorporated into it. So submitting the conference papers that can potentially extend into journal articles. Those of you who are familiar about the difference between the two, you'll appreciate that we will work with you to build this into a journal article as well. International collaboration. So we have received submissions from 10 countries, and that's quite motivating for the team to work very closely with you to ensure that we have global representation in our inaugural hackathon itself. Student engagement. So in some ways, we are also your lecturers informally, de facto. We will train you to think analytically, think critically, and not just look at the surface level of a problem or a solution, but actually unpack that into the technological components, the research components, and then bring those together to build a better solution, then how to evaluate your solution. So those of you who are familiar with machine learning will know that part of the problem is building the machine learning, and then evaluating is a lot of work. You have to test it across many different scenarios and data sets and so on. So that scientific approach to evaluation is something that you will learn when working with us as well. So student engagement and student upliftment, where we will train you in the theory, the practice of AI, and the academic approach to research innovations, and also Gen AI technology awareness. So we do give you some credits to start using the services offered from OpenAI or other providers. And that means you will also build a repertoire of experience working with these tools as well. So these are our objectives. And then final destination, at least in the interim, maybe interim destination is to get to this conference, and that's for the three finalists. And then we've added, because of the significant interest from you, thank you for all of the submissions. We have added further awards. Uh, uh, we have a budget that we have to operate within, but we've added semi-finalist of there's finalist prizes and also semi-finalists, which is the details of which you will find on the website. So there is more than what we initially planned for, and that means we've also increased the awards that you can receive. So this conference is the 50th anniversary of the conference, and which is, it's been running for a long time. And it's also in a very industrial city, Chicago. Lots of industries started there, and it's almost. I've been here a couple of times, and when you walk in the city, you can feel the entrepreneurial. Hackathons are meant to build entrepreneurs and people who go on to build startups. So the opportunity to present your work in this kind of very industrial city that has a lot of industries, a lot of people motivated to work harder and achieve their dreams, is also quite remarkable, I think. So 50th anniversary Chicago, and one of the most highly visible conferences in the IEEE. And the benefit to you, of course, is that we work with you throughout the way. So as you will see in Gihan's presentation, the milestones are set in such a way that we develop parts of the research article while you're actually building the Gen AI technologies and also experimenting with different scenarios. So all of these will happen simultaneously, which means obviously a lot of work, but given the quality of your submissions, I'm very confident that you are capable of contributing this high level of work, and also engagement with the mentor, lots of communication, and also that professionalism that brings out the best in you and your team, and also the best in generative AI for the kinds of submissions you have proposed, the kinds of ideas that you have proposed. This is just a bit of a brag. The things I've done in the IEEE, if you follow that link, or if you just search my name, you'll find a whole heap of things that I've done. So things like associate editor of journals, general chair of conferences. So I have a fair bit of experience within the IEEE that helps both academia and industry. And this is something that we can build in you as well through the mentors, and also later on, if you've really excelled in what you produced in the hackathon, then there's opportunity to continue working together and potentially PhD candidates or other research articles, even recommendation letters. So all of these are opening up because you're taking this hackathon as a academic approach associated with the IEEE, and also leading to potential conference publication as well. So on that note, I might conclude, and we go back to Lakshita.
Okay, Professor. And so I'll thank you so much for taking us through IEEE and then why we are organizing such hackathon. And then I think people have like kind of an understanding why generative AI is needed, and then what our final goals would be. And to let you know about the hackathon schedule, and then what sort of tasks that you have for the next month. So I'll invite Gihan to continue the session.
Right. Thanks, Lakshita. So I will share my screen. All right. So hope I am audible to the call and you can see my screen.
Yes, Gihan.
So yeah, thank you. So I am Gihan Gamage. I am a research scientist at the Center for Data Analytics and Cognition. So once again, congratulations for being shortlisted. So we were super excited to see all your project ideas during the registration period. And we are even excited to see how you are going to work towards these concepts, these proposals, and how you are moving toward the completion of this particular hackathon. So here in this session, I will take you through the hackathon guidelines to give you some understanding about the key information and the important dates, as well as the milestone submissions kind of things. So, all right, so let's get started. Okay, so this is the outline for me. So I will talk about the hackathon timeline to give you an overview of this particular hackathon. And then I will talk about the milestone submissions, resources and mentoring and workshops, prices and judging criteria. And finally, I will open up the call for any questions that you have. So you might also have some questions regarding the hackathon. All right. So this is the timeline of the hackathon. So hope you can also see my cursor. So currently you are in this point, February 20th, which is today. So now you are in the welcome session. So so far we have completed few steps. On February 3rd, we opened up the registration portal, and we kept it open until a couple of days back, which is February 17th. And we got a bunch of project proposals. So during the last couple of days, we work towards shortlisting these project submissions, which was obviously a hectic task. So during the yesterday as well as today morning, we informed the shortlisted teams, which is you. So congratulations on that. So so from the today onwards, the February 20th, we officially starts the hackathon. So the hackathon period will commence from today up to 15th of March. So these dates are as of now. So if we are updating these dates, we will inform you beforehand. So the hackathon periods starting from today until March 15th. And so during this period, you have to do 2 submissions, 2 milestone submissions. The first submission is the project outline document. This is due on 1st of March. And then you have to do the final submission. So this one is scheduled on 15th of March. So that's where the hackathon period ends. So in addition to these milestone submissions, during the hackathon period, we will have 2 workshops. So the first workshop is about the generative AI for industrial systems. So this is planned to have on 23rd of February. And then we have another workshop on academic publishing in AI research. So this is planned on 5th of March. So from these workshops, so these are designed to not only to provide you support during the hackathon period for your hackathon submissions, but also to provide you a valuable learning experience, which extending beyond this particular event. So we highly motivate you to participate each of these workshops. So, and then from the March 15th, after your final submission deadline, so the judging period starts. So it lasts until the March 20th. And on March 23rd, we are planning to announce the winners of the hackathon. And then on 3rd of November, we have ICON 2024 research conference in Chicago, United States. So the first 6, the top 6 participants, the teams from the hackathon will be eligible to visit and present their work, their hackathon projects in ICON 2024 research conference. So that is the story of the hackathon. That is the overview. So I hope you got a good understanding about it. So I will move forward. All right, so I will talk more about the milestone submissions. So as I mentioned earlier, we have 2 milestone submissions. The first one is the project outline document. So this is due on 1st of March. So the first submission is a 2-page document. So this submission should contain this 2-page document should contain these 3 things particularly. The first one is 200-word abstract. So this abstract is a description, a brief description or summary of your project. So it should include what is the problem that you are dealing with and what is your proposed solution, and some methodological details on how you are implementing it, some evaluations that you are intended to do. Kind of information should be included in this 200-word abstract. And then a brief review on similar implementations from the academic literature. So it can be something matching with the system that you are proposing, or it can be matching with the component of the system you are proposing. So you can criticize and highlight the limitations of such systems and how you are overcoming them with your solution. So that is the brief review on the literature. And then a diagram outlining the proposed methodology. So this could be a framework diagram which showcase various components you have in your proposed architecture, proposed solution. All right, so that is the milestone 1 submission, a 2-page document. And then we have the milestone 2 submission, which is the final submission of your hackathon project. So this is due on 15th March. So this one, actually, you have to submit 2 things. The first one is a 3 to 5 page document. So this can be considered as an extended version of the first 2-page document that you are submitting. So we are expecting in this document to have 4 sections. You can have the introduction. So in the introduction, you can talk about the motivation or the significance of the problem that you are trying to resolve. And then about your proposed solution, as well as the relevant background for that. And then the method section, this should outline the technical specifications, so how you are actually going to implement this, as well as the key functionalities. The methodological diagram can be there. And then the results section. So this can include your results, observations, demonstrations, and etc. You can include tables, graphs, outlining the evaluations of the demonstration that you have done. And finally, the references. So that is the report you need to submit, the document. And then you have also need to submit a demonstration video. So this video clip should not exceed 10 minutes. So the maximum length is 10 minutes. Again, in this video, you can simply explain what is the problem that you are trying to deal with, what is the proposed solution, and maybe some key features of your project. And then you need to include live footage of demonstrating your project. So if it is a hardware artifact, you can take a video clip of the demonstration and attach it to the end of this video. And if it is a software-based, fully software-based system, you can use a screen recording tool to include the demonstration. So anyways, the entire video clip should not exceed 10 minutes. And then you have to push this video clip to a public platform. It can be Google Drive, OneDrive kind of service, or a video platform such as YouTube or Facebook video. So you have to upload it to the public platform and then copy the link. And so during the final submission, we will open up a final submission portal. There we will give you a dedicated place to include this video link. So make sure this video link is publicly accessible in order to for judging your submission. All right, so those are the 2 main submissions. Then some important notes regarding the submissions. Firstly, all these submissions need to be in English. It should not be other languages. It should be merely in English language. And these submissions definitely need to be your original work, you or your team's original work. And also another important point regarding the written submissions. So if you are using any generative AI tools to get support for these written submissions, you have to clearly mention that as well. So for instance, if you are using ChatGPT kind of service to create these reports, you have to mention that. All right, so that's regarding the submissions. So I will move forward. Okay, so next I will talk about the resources and mentoring. So regarding the resources, so all the participants, as a team, are eligible to claim up to $200 for uh, up to $200 reimbursements for any expenses for their implementations. So this can include any devices, online services, APIs, and etc. So, so how this happens is initially you have to purchase the devices or services that you want on your own. So you are responsible initially for paying them. And upon completion, so which means after you successfully submitted your final submission of the hackathon, we will then guide you to the reimbursement process. So initially you have to purchase them on your own, and after completing the hackathon, after the final submission, we will guide you to get the reimbursements up to $200. And so make sure to keep all the receipts with required details, such as the date of purchase and the amounts and what you have bought, the item name kind of information need to be there in the receipt for the reimbursement process. All right, so next we'll talk about the mentorship. So all your teams, each of your teams will be assigned to mentors during this hackathon period. So we have a well-experienced mentoring team who are members of Center for Data Analytics and Cognition. So they are well experienced with the industrial applications, and then they have sound knowledge in most state-of-the-art artificial intelligence. So you can simply reach them to get any guidance. So it can be a technical challenge you are facing, or it can be something related to a submission, or something related to reimbursement. You can always talk to them. And addition to that, we also have open Hackathon Discord channel. So you can ask questions there. You can talk to your peers, as well as you can, if you need to do any suggestions to us, you can use that Discord channel as well. All right, so moving forward, I will talk about the workshops. So as I mentioned earlier, we will be having two workshops. The first workshop is scheduled on 23rd of February. So this is titled as Generative AI for Industrial Systems. So from this workshop, we will take you through the most recent generative AI technologies. And also we will explain some of the practical industrial examples on how to utilize the generative AI technologies. So this workshop will be conducted by Dr. Harsha Moraliage. So he is an AI technical lead and a data scientist at Center for Data Analytics and Cognition. And also Dr. Harsha is artificial intelligence lecturer for the business school at La Trobe University. So the second workshop is scheduled on 5th of March. So this is on the academic publishing in AI research. So with this workshop, it will give you the guidance on writing well-structured, engaging, and influential research papers. So this workshop will be done by Professor Daswin De Silva, who just spoke to you before me. So he is a full professor at La Trobe University, and also he is the deputy director for the Center for Data Analytics and Cognition. So he has an excellent academic career with more than 100 research articles, including many high impact journal papers, and over 2,000 citations. So he's more than capable for you to guide for guiding you for writing very good research papers. So as I mentioned earlier, make sure to participate these workshops and get best out of this. So as I said, these are not merely designed for this hackathon or guide you for the submission, but also these are very good learning experiences for you, which extend beyond this particular event. All right, so then I will talk about the prices and judging criteria. So first, the judging criteria. So this hackathon, the judging will focus on four key areas. Those are the originality and the uniqueness, technical complexity, practicality, and the creativity. So when you are doing your submissions, make sure to focus on these four key areas. So for the judgment, there will be a panel, and they will consider these four key areas. And also definitely there will be some sub-segments that we as a rubric that we will be evaluating against. So that is how the judging will happen. And next, regarding the prices, so the top three teams from the hackathon will receive 3,000 US dollars as a travel grant to travel and attend ICON 2024 research conference, which is planned to have in Chicago, United States. And following these top three teams, next three teams will again awarded 1,500 US dollars as a travel grant, again to visit and present their work. So addition to these top six teams, all the teams will get a certification of appreciation upon successful completion of their projects. And another point to make is like these travel grants are to cover the expenses such as airfare, accommodation, and the conference registration fees, which is governed by IEEE travel regulations. And also, we should note that we are not responsible about the visa process. So we will, from the ICON, we will provide an invitation letter, which will be a big support for the visa process, but we will not be responsible for the visa process. So you have to gain your own visa to attend the conference. All right, so that's pretty much I wanted to cover with my session. So hope you got good understanding about the hackathon guidelines. And we are excited to see your amazing projects. So looking forward to it. So now I will open up the session for the questions and answers. Lakshita?
Yes, thank you, Gihan. So, are there any questions to be asked in this session? So, if there are any areas that you are not clear enough, so you can ask them here. Or else, so we have the Discord channel as well. So, all our
Hello. Hello.
Hello, yes.
Yes, I have a question. Thank you so much for the informative session. So I just had two questions in mind. The first one is that we, like me and my team, we are not really students. So we are early career researchers.
It's 14:48.
Sorry, I think you dropped in the middle.
Hello? Yes, I was saying like we are early career researchers. We are not
Yes.
students. So is that okay regarding our eligibility in the hackathon? That was my first question. Okay, my second question is that our idea is mostly tailored towards the software part and not particularly on the industrial electronics. So would that give us any sort of disadvantage in comparison to the other teams participating in the hackathon, or it's okay, like even if our idea is completely based on automation and not on the industrial electronics or hardware part? And my last question was, you said that the mentors are going to be assigned to each team. So when will we get the information regarding the mentor assigned to us? And yeah, that's it. These are the three questions that I have. Thank you.
So Rabia, so in terms of your
Yes.
question one, so it's not mandatory to be a student, and as a early career professional, so you can still attend this hackathon, and we don't distinguish you based on whether you are a student or not. So you are good on that one. And then the second question was whether you are like a solely a software project. So it's not directly as Professor Dasin mentioned. So we are not targeting industrial electronics, but we are expecting industrial application from each and every project. So, but if your current proposal is solely software related one, that won't be an disadvantage for you, but your mentors, the mentor that you have been assigned, so they will discuss with you and then see whether you can have like some sort of industrial application and then guide you towards that objective. If that is not possible, still you can proceed with your existing proposal, and that won't impact your the chances of winning this competition. And then what was the third question? The mentors. So the mentors will be assigned within this week, and the mentors that are assigned for you, so they will reach out to their assigned teams within this week. So you will get an email from your assigned mentor, and then they will schedule a timed manner, like how they are gonna communicate with you, whether through emails or whether there will be sync up calls. So that is based on the mentor, and they will reach out to you.
I can see one question in chat actually.
I think I'll lose my chat. So Gihan.
Yeah, so the question is there a need for references in the submission of milestone 1? So, yeah, so in the milestone 1, you have to do a brief literature review from the academic literature. So, so the articles, the publication that you are referring, you can include them at the end of your document. So you can include these references at the end. Yeah. Any other questions? So, and also make sure to share this. So this the meeting will be recorded, and we will share it with you. So if some of your colleagues were not able to make it to this particular session, so make sure to share this video with them. And And also thank you so much for coming for this with a short notice. Yeah, we got another questions. Is there going to be further shortlisting after round one?
There would be. So
There
basically,
would
yes, basically now you are in the hackathon, but if in case you missed the milestone 1 or milestone 2, then by the hackathon rules, so you will be disqualified from the hackathon by going further. So you are in the hackathon and it's your job, and your mentors use the mentor support and then complete this entire month, and then go through the other end.
Excuse me. Thank you so much for the session. I have one question. I want to know that for the first step, I want to know that people who are going to go for the next part, is it based on the criteria or a specific number of projects should go to the second stage? Like it's based on the criteria, like if I like if for example our project like meet all the criteria, it's going to be qualified for the next stage, or it's for example only 15 team has to go to the next one. This is my question.
You mean like, so whether there will be any short listing after
Yeah.
milestone 1? So there won't be any. Like if all of you completed milestone 1, then you are eligible for the milestone 2. So there won't be any shortlisting happen. Like, so we are going to evaluate the milestone 1 submissions, and then only a handful of teams proceeding to the milestone 2. So that there won't be anything like that.
Yeah, there won't be any filtering between these the milestone 1 and 2. So all of you are already shortlisted. We have seen a good value of your project proposals, which are matching with the our hackathon targets. So so all of you have the potential to reach the end of the hackathon to make the final submission. So we won't filter you out in the middle. So make sure to do all the submissions. So because that's what we are using to evaluate you. So that's all. There won't be any filtering in between. Yes.
So Mansaba is asking whether it is possible to change the idea by consulting the mentor. Yes, exactly. That's why the mentors are there. So but you can like you have to stick with the original idea that you brought in, because that is the project that is got qualified for this one. And with the mentor, you can polish it up. Like you can have an application towards industrial. Like so you currently you initially had like a very basic idea, but you can polish it up with the use of the mentor.
Yeah, especially with the workshops, so you'll give you good guidance, so you can include new things to your project. So stick with the main idea, the core of your project, and always speak to your mentors and get some feedback so that it won't be an issue.
Sanad is asking whether the submission open before the 1st of March or is it only on day. So basically this will be a document that you will be submitting. So the submission link will be available during during those before 1st of March, and will be closing after the assigned deadline.
Yeah, so that would be a deadline. So you cannot submit before that. So if you are happy to submit, after that you cannot submit. So if you want to submit before, you can go for it. Yes. So the dates again, if these dates are going to be changed, we will inform you. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just have one more question. Are you going to send us templates, or we just have to just follow the structure provided?
So we will send you a template for the 2 milestone, the projects.
Thank you so much.
So we have another 2 minutes from the allocated time. So I think we can get another question if there are any.
Hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Aryan. Yes, we can.
Hi. Hi. This is regarding the grant that's going to help us go help one of the teams. I believe it's 6 teams. We're going to the USA to the conference. So like the 3,000 USD, is it per member or is it per the team per team?
For the entire team. So
Entire. We
yeah,
are
it's your
supposed to come.
decision. Yeah, it's your decision whether you're gonna spread it across your team or volunteer like one team member to present your paper. It's your decision for a team, so we'll give that 3,000. So that won't be like a monetary amount. So that will be based on reimbursement protocol. So you take your tickets and then registrations and everything you have to pay, and then we will reimburse it up until 3,000 USD.
Okay. Thank you. Got it.
So we can accommodate another one question. So Mansaba, so you're asking whether research-based or application-based. So uniqueness, you can come it from either from research-based or the application-based. So it's up to you and your mentor. So you can have a discussion on that deeply with your mentor. But as a judging criteria, the uniqueness will play a significant role.
Yeah, with an application also you can highlight the uniqueness. So if it is a very well fitting application to some kind of a problem which is unique, so then still you can highlight the uniqueness and earn those points.
All right, then now it's we have come to the end of the session. So if you have any further questions, you can always ask in the Discord channel, and also you can discuss them with your mentors. So they will be your principal contact from this moment onwards, and you can reach out to organizing committee and you can discuss among your peers using the Discord channel. And also I encourage all, ask you all the team members to join the Discord channel, and then you will have the entire representation there. So thank you everyone for joining at this hour, and then thanks Gihan and then Professor Daswin for handling this session. So happy hacking.